People, hello, Harvey. Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm Tom. Fury has announced his retirement, and that's no surprise, right? I'm sure we all saw it coming. I certainly did. I remember saying back in my sort of Fury Usyk prediction that Usyk will win, Fury will go into retirement, or say he's going into retirement before toying around with a few different potential opponents, and either one of two things will happen. He'll either come back and fight AJ, or he'll mess around so much that AJ will move on to somebody else, potentially the Dubois-Parker rematch. Winner, I think Parker's going to win, so Parker. And then Fury will have a warm-up fight, if you like. So it's not that surprising, but I do think there's slightly more to this. Let me explain. So since Fury lost to Usyk, everyone's been talking about what next for Fury. Even though this kind of heavyweight era is coming to a close. This era of heavyweights, you know, Fury, Usyk, AJ, Wilder, a couple of others, is coming to a close. It's still been a talking point. How is he going to finish his career? What's he going to do? Is he going to retire now? Is he going to go and fight AJ? You know, what's next kind of thing? Will he fight Dubois? How would he round off his career? And the biggest one, of course, was he was going to fight AJ. That was the talk. He's going to fight AJ. That's what's on the cards. That's how he's going to finish his career. But there was no news around that, right? AJ was saying all the right things, and so was Eddie Hearn, blah, blah, blah. There was no real news around that. And I think the most obvious reason for why he'd be having this retirement claim is to boost his stance at the table. You say you're retiring, now it's money to get me out of retirement, not just how much you're going to pay me. And it's weird, because it seemed like a fairly easy, clear-cut fight to make. No titles involved, both off the back of losses. You know, there's no governing bodies to kind of get involved and talk about. It's Frank and Eddie who are now on good terms. British fight. Like, you'd think it would have been a fairly easy fight to make, but with Fury's antics, you just kind of never really know. So given that Eddie Hearn was literally saying that, you know, he's reserved Wembley. Now, he's not going to reserve Wembley for no reason, is he? So given that he was saying that, again, Eddie was saying all the right things, and then out of the blue, suddenly Fury's announced his retirement in a 30-second clip. This can't be the end. Especially the Dick Turpin reference. Like, he's not going to announce the end of his career in a 30-second, unannounced, unexpected video clip on Instagram referencing Dick Turpin. I think what's happened is Dick Turpin wears a mask. Basically means he's either feels like he's been robbed or kind of lowballed, something like that. So robbery, well, he obviously thinks he won both Usyk fights. Could be that. And then, or I think potentially he's being lowballed with the AJ offer. Eddie Hearn's reserved Wembley. Probably still trying to say that, look, AJ was on a rebuild, lost to Dubois, who's a champion. Well, Fury's lost back-to-back to Usyk. He's probably fighting his gut, you know, trying to say that he's the A-side sort of thing. And for that reason, he's saying Dick Turpin wear all mask. He feels like he's been lowballed. He should be the A-side, wherever it is. But I don't think this is the end. And as unexpected as it was, I still don't even think the timing was random, wasn't thought about. You know, there's the Ring Awards he hasn't shown up to. There's the massive February 22nd card he hasn't shown up to. And now he's announced his retirement. He's stealing the limelight. He's saying, look, I'm still the A-side. I'm still the centre of attention. I'm still a big name. You've got the Ring Awards going on. You've got the February 22nd card going on. And I'm the talking point. I'm the talk of the town. I think he's trying to make a point. So I think clearly my opinion's obvious, right? I don't think he's actually retiring. I think he's just trying to prove a point, and this is the only way he really knows how. He's done it time and time and time again. But let's play his game, right? Let's humour him for a second. Let's say he was being serious. The only reason he'd have to retire is because he's ducking AJ. And look, I mean, it seems far-fetched. I don't think that's what he's doing. But why else would you retire before fighting AJ? If you really think you can beat AJ, which I think he does, and you know, you think you're that guy kind of thing, why wouldn't you fight him? You're going to make a shed load of money. You're going to break all the records because it'd be at Wembley, you know, new attendance records and all this. You're going to prove you're the best of Britain of your era by beating AJ, and you're going to put the rumours to bed in one of the biggest fights. Why wouldn't you fight him? It makes no sense. So really, the only reason he has to retire is because he's ducking AJ. And, you know, it makes sense to say he would be ducking him because Fury, and it makes sense to think that, you know, he would be ducking him because Fury, the self-proclaimed GOAT, has a very tarnished victory or set of victories over Wilder. He's got, you know, 2 losses to Usyk and what would then be a loss to AJ. and he's a self-proclaimed GOAT. I don't think that is the case, as I've said, but that's where we'd be at. It does far more damage to his legacy than it does, you know, everyone thinks he'd beat AJ anyway, whereas losing to him does far more damage. And it's just frustrating. This is why Fury's got such a bad look, bad reputation in the public eye, because yet again he's done what I'm assuming is a fake retirement to boost his money and get more money, even though he doesn't care about the money. It's more lies. And it's like, well, now we're going to see more delays to this fight, more than we've already seen. This fight's already so damaged because we're seeing it way past its due date, you know, nearly a decade after we should have seen it. And it's like, well, why is he doing this? This is why he's got such a bad reputation with the public. I don't want to keep longing this fight out and keep delaying it and delaying it and delaying it until we're just seeing two pensioners in the ring. But let's just, as I say, let's assume Fury is retiring, right? Where would he rank as an all-time great? For me, it's hard to make much of an argument to say anywhere of sort of note, really, which is a shame because Fury could have been an all-timer. He's a 6'9", allegedly, heavyweight, with movement like his. I mean, he could have been up there. He really could have been up there. But his unwillingness to fight who he should have been fighting when he should have been fighting them, that's what's held him back. It's what I think Usyk's done so well. If you compare him to the classic heavyweights, you know, then he's the same size at worst as these classic heavyweights. And he fought all of them, all of the same sort of size people in the cruiserweight division. The cruiserweight division now is basically what the heavyweight division was back then. So he's fought all them in the cruiserweight division. It's the best cruiserweight division we've ever seen, and he cleared up. You go a bit further back, people like Rocky Marciano era, and he is just too big and too heavy. He's fought guys that size. The whole of his cruiserweight division is the best we've ever had. He fought that his whole career. Then he went up to a modern day heavyweight division, which is full of big guys, cleaned up whilst chasing the fights. And that's why I think he's one of the greats. But Fury just isn't that. Unfortunately, he's just not that. And that's why I think, look, if this retirement is real, it's hard to make much of a case for him to be anywhere of note. That's why I don't think it is real. I think he'll come back and he'll fight AJ. But people, you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, a comment, subscribe. You know how YouTube works, people. Peace.